views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not reflect the views of the streaming platforms, public access channels, the Kitty Rose lifestyle, or the program.
So it breaks the ice, but I remember talking to you saying that you kind of still get annoyed almost though that you kind of have to make the announcement.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's annoying because I'm still nervous. So
Okay.
I mean, anything that bothers you still is gonna annoy the hell out of you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I think that's probably the reason why I told you that. You know. But I mean, I feel if I could just rip that Band-Aid off, it just makes everything so much easier.
I think we can't rip the Band-Aid off because we, like you said, we still have this stigma, you know. I mean, at the end of the day, my daughter right now is dating a girl, you know, and she says she doesn't like girls. She just happens to like this girl. But even as a parent, you know, my thinking is, but what if you end up liking females? Like at the end of the day, I have to embrace you, period, regardless. But a part of me is like, okay, I'm still a Christian. And that's the catch-22, like, because being a Christian, you're supposed to have love. Unconditional. So I'm supposed to love you regardless. I'm not supposed to love you because of your sexuality. I'm supposed to love you because you're my brother.
But that doesn't mean you have to like everything that she does.
No, but I'm not even talking about her per se. When I have friends who are homeless, like it's the catch-22 I think we have with ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
And it's programming.
Oh, okay. So maybe that's what.
That's programming, and it's just like for so many years we've been told you do this, and this. You think like this. It's hard to break that.
So you always knew then, even though you weren't open, that you were attracted to men.
I remember in kindergarten.
You don't think it was something that you did in your head.
I didn't.
You ain't trying to rebel against society.
I wasn't sexually assaulted or anything. I remember in kindergarten liking little boys, you know. But it was always. I remember it being. Well, I'm in second grade now, third grade. I won't like boys anymore, you know. This is serious talk. Talking to myself, or praying. You know, it's like, God, I don't want to like guys. You know, I mean, it's really hard, and it's like, you know, we're now in society for the African American community. We're talking about this. What is it? Mental health, and it's like, damn, I was really going through some mental turmoil with myself.
So was Ricky comfortable with himself?
It's always been comfortable.
So then how was he with you then? Because it could be a little annoying being with a partner who isn't quite comfortable just yet.
But I'm not from here.
Okay.
I'm from Virginia. It was more so nobody really knows me here. You know, it's kind of like I don't give a fuck what nobody say here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and it's still I can wear my flag, you know. But I mean, at the same time, still at work, I still wasn't telling people that I'm gay. But all of my circle was a gay circle. So it was kind of like I could be myself in my gay circle. But he still didn't meet family and friends 7 to 8 years down the road.
Wow.
Like my mom knew I was gay. She knew at the beginning that I was dating somebody. We didn't talk about it. But until, really. You can't,
we didn't talk about it. We knew.
How your little friend doing, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, it wasn't until Ricky went home for Thanksgiving with me for the first time 2 years ago. Now, Ricky and I have been together for 10 years. And he went home for the first time 2 years ago.
So again, my question is, how did he co-sign your behavior when he was comfortable with himself from day one?
I Wow, I guess he just loved me. I mean, that's the only answer I could give because he really didn't press to kind of meet my extended family.
Okay.
I mean, like, and I told him about my upbringing, so I guess me being open and honest about, you know, what I was dealing with, I guess he kind of understood, look, you do it at your own time.
Okay.
I mean, his family became my family when I was here, so it's like, you know, I talked to his mom, his brother on the phone. It's kind of like, you know, they're my family, so I mean, he had what he needed.
Okay.
You know?
Ooh. Forgot, don't touch myself, right? But that's a good time to pause that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it was real. It was real, and I'm sure so many people down south still deal with that shit.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know. We're recording here. That's our main one.
Okay.
I mean, I don't even think. I mean, yeah, down south, but I think we still struggle with it in up north. You know what I mean? Like I said, you know, I'm as liberated as they come, and being a Christian actually is what helps me be liberated. But being Christian is also the catch-22 because I'm also taught, you know, that. But then outside of religion, because that's really what that is in the programming, there's still something in my head that departs.
Something,
you know what I'm saying? So I don't even know if it's something not right because I don't believe, like you said, the struggle that happens, I don't believe anyone is looking, like I don't think we look for struggle. I don't think we look to be shamed. I don't think we look to be unhappy.
Wants to be
I don't think that's like, I'm 3 years old and I'm gonna rebel.
I don't want friends. I don't want anything.
So I do. So because you believe that, then you have to believe that, well, then people are what they are.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, even if they weren't what they are, I don't think anyone is wishing.
Nobody wishes that. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that on themselves.
So how did that turn into, did you guys say, let's make a business with, like, sometimes some of us have been able to use our lifestyle as gimmicks. Not in the sense of, you know, we're a gimmick, but all right, world. You know what I'm saying? We do want to give identity to our community.
Correct.
All right, before we say that, our community, don't you think we keep ourselves separate when we say that? When we say, all right, like right now you got a new bar. Your new bar is the old hood. PJs. Okay. Gold chains. You know, Scully.
90s.
One. But you said you wanted to make this into an LGB bar. Like, but why? Why can't it just be a bar that caters to or that's open to the public? So do you ride off the gimmick a little?
Well, and I never even thought about it as a gimmick. I just thought, okay, with the vodka, my community doesn't have anybody that targets them outside of a gimmick. There's nobody within our community that has said, I want this for my people. So that's the reason I created the product. And the lounge came with the same idea. We don't have any black-owned gay bars here. Every bar that I went to try to sell Lambda Vodka was a white man.
And how was that response?
It wasn't a very good response, you know? And it's not, and it wasn't black, white, color. It's more so from a business perspective. When you go into your local bar, the well vodka that you're drinking is a $6 bottle. So I have a premium spirit. Why am I gonna buy a $15 bottle when these kids in here buying $6 alcohol?
So why is your bottle 15?
Well, because I'm a 6 times distilled vodka.
So what does that mean?
That means that it's
gelled down.
6 times distilled.
What the fuck does that mean?
www.lambdavodka.com.
What does that mean?
6 times distilled pretty much means in layman terms that we filtered it one additional time, or we churned it an extra time to make it a little smoother than some of the competition that might be out there. So that's what the distillation goes into play. Sometimes you might see 3 times. I've even seen 7 to 8 times distill. So like when you get into the Kettle Ones and the more premium spirits, they're a lot smoother. So they're up there. That's why when you say 6 times distilled, oh shit, that's pretty smooth. Like for Kettle One that is up there, Kettle One is being bought over Lambda because it's Kettle One. Because it's already brand has its name, is brand, you know, brand loyalty and sophistication with that. But I mean, you know, I'm a young guy, you know, who is this knucklehead coming here trying to sell me something that's not going to sell? Because if you go in a bar, you're going to see millions of products that just collect dust, you know? So I thought, well, why don't I create something for my people to come 7 days a week,
Okay.
and not just Friday here,
right,
and then we got to go uptown
right.
because this owner didn't want us here again. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, no, you got somewhere to go 7 days a week. You got somewhere to go after work, you know, and it's not just because I'm a man, it's for the men. No, I want to have an event for the non-binary community, the transgender community.
Okay.
I want a lesbian night. I would like to
Okay.
do it all, and that's the reason why we wanted to open this location.
And doing the research, there is none in Harlem.
We have one.
Okay, just
So
the one. Okay.
We have one, but
still one, and Harlem is
Harlem is
blocks,
just
right? Okay.
But from my personal experience, that person isn't an African American individual.
Okay.
He's black, but he's not African American, and he's not as receptive to
Taco Tuesdays?
Oh no, not that.
Oh, okay.
No,
All right.
I'm talking about the other one
We'll
up here.
edit that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody no props.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's why I wanted this.
Okay.
You know, we need this. It's just, you know, what I'm finding now that Lance's is closed, what else do we have?
Okay.
It's just like, damn, black people.
Ain't Lance's in Brooklyn?
Lance's is in Brooklyn.
Oh,
but,
okay.
but that was the only black African American owned, 100% catering to our community.
Okay.
That was only open on Friday and Saturday, and it only catered to men. But now we have something.
Nice.
Like, I don't know of any others that's 7 days a week that's catering to us. Okay. And I'm not saying that nobody else could come in here.
Right.
But I'm just saying, look, we created this for my people to come in.
Okay.
We accept all. But tonight, we're going to have my girls running through here voguing on a Tuesday.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to have the lesbians doing, you know what I mean? That's what I want to see.
1:30 seconds. Shut it down. We'll have the rainbow flag.
It's like, I just welcome we're here. You know, it's like, so, and I'm just hoping that the neighborhood is receptive and they're accepting of us because, you know, like it's 2019, but we still have that stigma.
We do. Yes. So are you nervous then? Because I didn't want you to say fear. I didn't want you. So are you nervous then?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not nervous more so for me. I'm nervous for the people of the community when they're walking home at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and you know.
Oh wow! Do we still have to worry about that?
I mean, there was just a trans girl that was just killed, and I don't know what time of day it was, but I mean, it's still happening out there, you know. And this is like, even though it's not happening as often, you still have that fear in your head, you know. These girls walk out of their house and some crazy stuff, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, my fear is that I have this location open, and because of me, you were bashed, you know, and that's how I feel, you know, and so that's one of my major fears.
Okay. So your own insecurities at 38, what tools or what are you doing to help get past yourself and being free with who you are?
I think when Ricky and I got married, that really, I think, liberated me a lot because
you have a band, but that doesn't mean that you're gay. So what happens when a woman is like, hey?
I mean, I'm gonna play the band because I still like to be flirting with it a little bit. But I mean, at the end of the day, I think since we got married, I feel a lot more liberated. I don't have that big of a problem like saying it like I used to. Okay. But I mean, it's still sometimes it kind of is like, okay, I have to come out the closet again. Okay. You know,
so when you just said that I have to come out the closet again, that is what's annoying. So it's funny that it's annoying to have to keep coming out the closet, but you're the one who's kind of putting yourself coming out the closet. Yeah. Like, you really don't think you could just randomly just be without putting the sign on?
I don't think
I can't just support and know Charles, who's the owner, who's the half of Lambda Vodka. Why do I even have to? Why is there any connection to anything? But just you per se.
And I think you're saying it from the other person's perspective. Okay. This is more so for my sanity, because I know it's coming. Okay. It's got to come. Okay. I remember at a job one time, me and all the guys, we were out at happy hour, and everybody was talking about their girls, and I was always silent. And so I told them all one time at the table together, and you know, everybody was like, oh, okay. You know, the voice get out. Right. It was like, so I wonder why you never talked about a girl. I got got a gay cousin. You know what I'm saying? So you know him. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's
Wait, does that annoy you that y'all supposed to all know each other?
Supposed to all know each other. Right?
You know all the gay
Like, wait, what we do? No.
Okay.
Nah, but I mean, it's kind of like.
So wait a minute, that was funny because you say you do, because at one point you were gay men or gays, and then gay men was like the minority. Now it's they say the person who's the least amount or the one who is attacked the most is now the transgender black woman, not the white, not the transgender black woman.
So it's
so yes, proper words, but technically it's a man who is not comfortable or is in the wrong body.
Correct.
So this is still a black man. So y'all can't win for losing. Then you can't win if you.
Could you imagine the emotional that they're going through? I mean, I cannot imagine it. And I think at this day and age, it's to the black gay male to protect their transgender gay sisters. Like, I mean, and even within our community, we even look down on them. You know, I remember coming out as ill, you know, and I didn't understand, you know.
Somebody told me that the reason why in the 70s and 80s that the gay community wasn't in support of the trans community because they needed their own identity. They said we were just trying to get rights as gays, so to take on the rights of another was too much. But I'm like, but isn't it all still the same boat? No.
It should be, but there's still separation. Okay. You know, I mean, it goes with any community. I mean, we're all black, but we're still separated within the black community. Right. You know, you got your round the way brothers, you got your Ivy League brothers. You know, everybody's. What?
So speaking of that, did you go to college?
I did.
So what was that like? Because they say like college really be like the low.
So I didn't have that experience. Okay. I didn't go away till I was 22, so I was a little older than everybody else. Okay. So I went to school and went home. I wasn't on campus. I couldn't be gay on campus.
Wow, just the fact that you even said that I couldn't be gay on campus. Wow.
But it's so funny because, you know, I still would go out to the club and I see a few of the guys in the club, but I mean, it really wasn't like, you know, we kind of like do your nod, but it wasn't really. Yeah.
Did you try being straight?
Yeah, I had a girlfriend in college at one point.
Okay.
She knew I was gay though. We didn't have sex, but.
You probably was the perfect boyfriend.
That's what it was. That's exactly what it was. She just wanted somebody to take her on dates and look cute with her.
You were the perfect boyfriend.
Yeah, I talked to her. Listen, I got haircuts on the regular. Like, yeah, she loved it. Right? But yeah, like I mean, it was like 6 months, and it was kind of like, why are we doing this? You know, because I was trying. You know, it's like, you know, like, all right, I've been gay for a little while. Let's see a girl.
So you just mentioned that this was the first time that you actually were able to, you know, get out your own insecurities about, you know, being a gay man and a gay black man at that.
Yeah.
How does it feel hearing yourself say you have insecurities? Like, do you listen? Do you talk to yourself and say, what the fuck, Charles? Get it together.
Yeah, and I think that's where the whole let me rip the Band-Aid off and tell people comes from.
Okay.
So, I mean, but as far as expressing it verbally to anyone, I guess I'm always the happy-go-lucky person, and it probably is like, oh, nothing's wrong with him. He's always great. So it's kind of like, but something's wrong with everybody. Everybody always has something going on. But I mean, I guess we mask it better until we do get the people who actually talk to us. So you reach out and get your own therapist and stuff like that.
Okay.
I mean, you don't.
Which is another stigma that we don't do, right?
I tell Ricky all the time, I'm gonna get me a good one.
You better.
Yeah, for real.
Okay.
Yes, so.
Okay. How, you know what I did? This is a sidebar question. How does being a gay couple, like, okay, because we just talked about mental health and getting a therapist. Does does insurance cover you guys the same way it covers heterosexual people?
As far as he being under me?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, you know,
so they don't look at two men; they just still look at a couple.
Yeah, because it's marriage now.
Okay.
You have marriage and you have domestic partnerships. Domestic partnerships is for insurance purposes. Marriage is also the same thing, but at the end of the day, if we divorce, he get half. You know?
Okay. Why don't y'all get married rather than be domestic partners?
I could have took Ricky marriage, unmarried anyway. He wanted to have me, but he wanted to get married, so I did what he wanted. So.
You know, Ricky sound more traditional than you.
Yeah, and I'm not that. You know, I would have thought. You know, growing up, I always wanted a husband, wife, kids.
Yeah.
But I'm just happy they love me.
Do you guys want kids?
Yes.
Do you want kids?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm the last. My last name is Hughes. I'm the last Hughes.
Okay.
So it's kind of like it stops with me.
Okay.
So and you know me, I come to Ricky and say I want a football team.
Really?
I would like to at least have like a starting 5. I want 5 kids. He was like 1 or 2.
Okay.
You know?
Does he come from a big family?
It's just. Well, I mean, his family is close, but
Okay.
his mom just has 2 kids, him and his brother.
Okay, so he's good with
Yeah,
the
he's
small.
good.
Okay.
My mom only had 2. You know, it's just me and my sister.
Okay.
But I always wanted like a bunch of kids running around. So, but then you know, that's not gonna happen because it's funny. We were in Atlanta, and we met this couple, a very prominent couple down in Atlanta, and they have 2 kids. And I was telling him, I said, I want like 5. He was like, you better watch that because when you want to go out, don't nobody want to babysit 5 kids. And it was so funny because I looked at him like, that's some real shit. Like, yo, so, yeah. Like,
Okay.
We gonna have 2.
Do you think that with all the obstacles already in life or in society, that it would be healthy or welcoming to raise a family in this climate already? You know, hopefully by that time you won't have any insecurities, but let's say some of them still kind of lingers. Do you think that that's a healthy environment to parent, to bring a family in?
I think with myself, I overcome. For example, you're saying, let's say we're taking the kids to a parent-teacher conference or everybody's there.
Yes.
Yeah. It's that Band-Aid that needs to be ripped off. You know, so it's kind of like, look, we're gonna go in here and he don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's almost like, you know, he holding my hand. You know,
Okay.
I got a support system. Like, you know, so I'll be all right. I got no problem with that. You know?
Have you always though been have you had good boyfriends and good men in your life prior to Ricky?
This is the longest and realest relationship that I've had.
What makes Ricky different then?
I think maturity. I think at the age that we were at.
Okay.
Like Ricky and I got together in our late 20s, but everything before that was more so on an external, superficial type of love. So I think that's why
he got it.
Yeah.
Because you was a little bit grown by the time.
Yeah. I mean, both of us. You know, we had. You know, we were a little bit more mature, and it's like, okay, we done played around, we done ran the street, so it's kind of like, want something real. I mean, initially there was the physical attraction, but outside of that, I knew I fell in love with him. We went on vacation on a cruise one time, and normally.
That's why you can't give up the job.
Exactly. She ain't lying, y'all. All right, we were on this cruise, and you know, normally people go out and they try to put on their best and everything like that. Ricky walked around in these dusty slippers and like he just threw on a t-shirt. I was like, he's comfortable, and I like that because I remember dating a girl and I wanted to go to the movies on a Tuesday. And she got all G'd up, and I'm just like, that ain't what I'm looking for, you know what I'm saying? I just want to have a good time, you know, and it just felt a little more real and comfortable. Nice. So that's what I like about him.
Okay. So where are we before we close? So, you know, I don't know if I'm going to get this in, I'll edit it in. I don't know who might take it out, but let's try, because maybe we'll just put it in social media. Okay. Where are we?
So we are at the new Lambda Lounge.
Yes.
In Harlem, New York.
Lambda, what is that?
So, everybody, is this a fraternity?
What is that?
Prior to the rainbow flag, there was an organization. Oh, let me stop.
Okay.
Let me get myself together. Blah, 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 blah. So prior to the rainbow flag.
Okay.
Prior to the rainbow flag, the Greek lambda symbol signified gay liberation here in New York City.
Okay.
So we decided to use a little nostalgia with the name of the liquor and the location.
So do they have colors? Does the lambda Greek, but prior, do they have a rainbow?
It's just the triangle. It's not the rainbow. The rainbow came after that.
Okay.
So I mean, it was more of an organization that started.
Okay.
And I'm not even sure how we got the rainbow. I probably should do some research on that. But that's why we decided to use that name, some nostalgia with, you know, it had a little bit of meaning behind it versus just because it was going to be Rainbow Vodka, and that was cliche as hell.
Yeah,
you know,
yes,
that's
Lord.
Cliche, so
I'm glad they didn't do that.
Yeah, exactly. So it was kind of like, Ricky actually found it. He was like, why not Lambda? I was like, what?
And no one, you didn't have no problems with the name?
Trademarked it and everything.
Nice,
like, there are organizations out there, like, for example, Lambda Legal. They're like the oldest legal organization that give free legal services to our community.
So you want to be you are I don't even know how to, because to me, is it homosexual brand, or is it gay brand, or is it so you are a homosexual brand?
Yes.
Okay.
We are a homosexual brand.
Okay.
Our brand targets the community.
Okay.
Our bar targets the community.
Okay.
Just like, let's say across the street, they might target rock and roll people.
Okay.
I mean, it is what it is.
Okay.
We're accepting of everybody.
Right.
But you know,
you want to be known as a gay business.
I would yes,
Okay.
that's how I wanted to be known.
Nice.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. And you know, it's so funny you say that, because a lady at work, she was like, well, why does your vodka have to be gay? Why can't it be for everybody? I say, no, y'all got everything else.
Amen.
Yeah, you know, y'all got everything. Give me this one thing.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
So it's just like, and I really had to stand firm with it. Because even Ricky said that. He was like, well, why don't we I was like, and then I majored in marketing too. So it's kind of like, you know, the one thing.
Hey world, what's good? It's your girl Kat from the Kitty Rose Lifestyle.
Well, my name is Catherine Warren, and I am the owner of the Kitty Rose Lifestyle. I do a number of things, and under those number of things, I consider it is how I live my life, which is hence the Kitty Rose Lifestyle. You know, my goal is to be the next Oprah or Tyler Perry and own my own production company, because I really do believe in controlling the narrative.
The reason for this video, which is going to be short, and it might rattle some feathers. Real quick, we all have racist tendencies.